INAS was established in 1986 by professionals in the Netherlands who were involved in sport and wanted to promote the participation of athletes with mental handicap in elite sport. History. The founding meeting of the first executive committee took place in January 1986 and the organization became a member of the ICC, the International Coordinating Committee, the organization that later became the International Paralympic Committee. INA's original membership was just 14 nations, which has steadily grown into nearly 60 nations today. In 1989, the first World Games for athletes with an intellectual disability were held in Hanösen, Sweden, and in 1992, immediately after the Barcelona Paralympic Games, the first Paralympic Games for persons with mental handicap were held in Madrid. In 1994, INASFMH became INASFID, the International Sports Federation for Persons with Intellectual Disability, and in 1996, for the first time, a small program of events for athletes with an intellectual disability were included in the Paralympic Games in Atlanta. A larger program including athletics, swimming and basketball was included in the Sydney Paralympic Games in 2000, but it soon emerged that a small number of athletes had cheated the system of determining eligibility, resulting in the suspension of events, a suspension that was to remain in place until 2009. Despite exclusion from the Paralympic Games, the INAS sport program continued to grow considerably to incorporate more than 10 sports, whilst its membership grew to cover all 5 continents. INAS provides competition opportunities for elite athletes with an intellectual disability within the Paralympic program, and is different from Special Olympics, which provides non-elite opportunities worldwide. Eligibility and classification. Athletes with an intellectual disability are characterized by an IQ of 75 or below. Significant limitations in adaptive behavior and a disability must be present before the age of 18. This is based on the American Association for Intellectual and Developmental Disability definition of intellectual disability. Approximately 1.5% of the population are thought to have an intellectual disability. Current activities. Today's sport program includes some 15 annual events. More than 2,500 athletes are registered to compete at an international level, whilst many thousands of people with an intellectual disability have the opportunity to enjoy sport through the work of our member organizations. Following a partnership between INAS and the International Paralympic Committee to overhaul the process of determining athlete eligibility, events for athletes with an intellectual disability were reinstated to the Paralympic program by the IPC General Assembly in November 2009, in preparation for the London 2012 Paralympic Games. In 2010, the organization was rebranded as INAS, the International Federation for Para-Athletes with an Intellectual Disability. Global Games. In 2004, INAS launched a new multi-sport competition, the INAS Global Games. The first event took place in Bollnäs, Sweden, and featured more than 1,000 athletes. The second Global Games took place in Czech Republic in 2009, with the re-inclusion of athletes with an intellectual disability into Paralympic competition. It was decided to move the Global Games to the year preceding the Paralympics. The next Global Games therefore takes place in 2011. After a bidding procedure, Italy was chosen as host nation. 2015 Global Games will take place in Guayaquil, Ecuador, in September. The 2019 INAS Global Games will take place in Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. www.inasglobalgames.org